Yes, so welcome to my review of the CCA HM20. These use 8 drivers per side, so it's quite an ambitious one. 7 balanced armatures and 1 dynamic driver, as you can see. And they do use a different kind of inner shell, which I'll show you in a bit. See there, 16 units driver, so 8 aside. And as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this kind of sample out for me to try, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own, and let's just get into it. And as far as I'm aware, they only come in one colour, mic or no mic. Mine is the no mic, which you'll see in a bit. So usual specs are 22 ohm impedance, sensitivity is 105, or that's normal, and obviously 20 to 40,000 hertz. And they're no open back. I think it's just more for like a styling thing. Get these out. Obviously all the package is not normal, you know, KZ CCA. No metal plaque or anything like that, like they used to do, especially on this kind of price. And that's it really. So very straightforward. It's slightly see-through. You can see a DD where my finger is there. It's hard to see with the camera. And you can see the driver there just about, and all the BAs are there. But these are different because you can actually use like sound balls, which is quite cool. And that's it. So they're very, very small for 8 drivers per side. And there you get the normal kind of paperwork. So let's see what cable you get. I guess you've probably seen this kind of cable before, but let's find out. Yeah, it looks kind of normal, same as the other ones. So that's the cable. Obviously you get tips in there. So small and large. They always come in medium fitted. And yeah, let's just get straight into the review. So into my review section, the HM20s. So pound sensitivity. These are actually surprisingly easy to drive. Not super easy, but I had no issues. And whatever gear you've got, you should have no issues. And in real life, you can see it looks semi-transparent. In real life, these look quite nice actually. I guess it's 3D printed to keep the costs down, but it does need a bit more work with the tuning, which I'll get to in a bit. So comfort, and I'll probably throw in build quality as well. Comfort on these is actually fine. They are very, very small for what they are. It's hard to show kind of size, but yeah, they're not very big. And the build quality, I'd say straight into it, is fine, to be honest. And yeah, I think 3D printed. They seem to do a good job of build, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So let's talk about stage. Stage is fine. It didn't really sound big, but it didn't sound like claustrophobic or nothing like that. But yeah, the stage is okay. Just don't expect miracles or anything amazing, but it's okay, to be honest. So yeah, so technical performance. And I'll probably throw Timbre in straight after. So the technical performance it is okay. I was probably expecting more because of how many drivers there is. I normally get a decently tuned RBA set. They normally do technical performance quite well because there's a lot of drivers doing it. These are okay. And that's it really, not much to say. And Timbre this is actually not too bad. You can see there's a lot of BAs in there. But I think the DED is doing a lot more of the work. So it doesn't sound like, it doesn't have the BA sound to it. It sounds more like, you know, it sounds a little more like the DED is doing the work. And that's pretty much it really. Not much to say about stuff like that. So isolation was okay. It's hard to, you can probably see, I can see the drivers better. You can see a DED there. Just in there. Just see a BA's in there. But yeah, it was okay. So sound really, just get straight into sound. So I'm going to overlay the graph now. And yes, bass, they do have a lot. Now, it's a negative part with a lot of KZ sets, and this is probably worse than in the others in a few ways. It's got far too much low end, and it doesn't sound special. So they really should have brought that down and let the BAs do more, but I'll talk about that when they get further up. But yeah, it's okay. There's just too much of it, and it body bleeds a bit too much. The shred a bit more it needs a bit more constraint with the treble, with the bass, but that's it really, not much to say. Just I think further revisions of this will probably be a better pick. But anyway, so mid-range, nothing special really. It's, as you can see, it kind of scoops. There's enough there, but I want a bit more going on in the mid-range, to be honest. But yeah, not much to say really. It's okay. They're an okay set. And straight into the treble. Now, it looks more than it looks on the in reality. Because it's got a lot of bass. That seems to have more. That sounds more noticeable or more in your face than the treble. These are a treble shy set in relation. Obviously you can see there's a little kind of elevation, in the presence region, not the lower treble, which I think helps. But I think because it's a bit too shy further up the treble, past 5 probably really, it's a bit shy. But because it's got so much bass, it sounds like it's got less treble than it has. These need to be a lot more balanced sounding, really. But compared to the CXS I did before, these maybe still be tuned better, because they was far too V'd because it had too much lower treble. This sounds a lot more relaxing. And I did use a CXS just before this clip, and I still do kind of prefer this, but it's got a bit too much low end. But anyway, instrument separation as well seems okay. It seems like the DDs do more of the work compared to what the BAs are actually there for. You want more of the BAs to do the work, basically, is kind of what I want. That's why you're paying the money to have 7 armatures and 1 DD. You just want the DD just to do a bit of low end, and then the BAs should do the rest. In theory, that's what you want. And yeah, I won't go too much. So conclusion is, these are quite inexpensive. These are a bass heavy treble shy set, kind of in a way. I don't mind that, but it's a bit odd. It's a bit too much, the low end. I'd prefer it to be a lot more gradual. So I would want more. I want more mid-range as well, because it's a bit too. There's nothing really much there. It's a bit too back. Now, I think these have potential, but this set just doesn't have it. But for what I like, I don't mind these. They're not really a bad set, and I've used these for a good couple of hours before this video, and I enjoyed my time with them. Bit of gaming sounds fine. You couldn't use them for competitive use or nothing like that, but bit of casual gaming sounds okay really. And for music use, it's okay, but it just depends. You want a bit more balance. It needs more low end and a bit more upper treble to balance it out. Then they would have been a great set. There's no harshness or sibilance or anything like that. So they are a bassier set you can use for longer periods, shall we say. And apart from that, they are okay, but they just could have been better really. But yeah, less bass, probably smoother lower treble slightly, and a bit more upper would probably sell that. But yeah, apart from that, the technically wise, they're okay for what they are. You just want more of the BAs to do the work instead of being like a step back, beyond the DD, beyond the bass. That's it, sounds like to me. And I think that's going to be pretty much it. So if you want anything in particular, just let me know in the comments as per usual. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care.